It's time for us again to write our public comments for the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices for the COVID vaccines. You'll be allowed to submit your written comments until the end of the day on October 18th, 2024. And the docket number for this written comment is CDC-2024-0072, and you'll submit this to regulations.gov. I'm about to share with you my written comment, but as always, write this in your own words. You are more than welcome to use my ideas. I encourage you to use my ideas, but at the same time, I don't want you to copy this verbatim. You need to write it how you would write it. That way it'll count as an original submission and not a duplicate or a spam bot attack. This is what I wrote. Hi, my name is Patrick. I'm an engineer and scientist, and I possess no conflicts of interest. What we need to keep: 1. Everyone needs to be able to access these vaccines. They need to be universally available for 6 months and up. 2. Immunocompromised individuals need to continue to be allowed a COVID vaccine every 2 months. 3. We need to keep the 65 plus additional dose vaccine recommendations. And then I have 6 points I feel we need to add in addition to these requirements. Here's what I think we need to add. 1. We need to update the COVID vaccine frequency to every 3 to 4 months. On average, the active immunity nearly completely wanes within 3 to 4 months after receiving it, leaving you basically unprotected after the time that the active immunity has worn off. You're just left with memory immunity at that point. The natural solution to this is to get a COVID vaccine every 3 to 4 months. We know there's no harm in doing this due to the German man that was vaccinated 217 times. 2. We need to update the COVID vaccine formula every 6 months as opposed to once every year. Due to the unchecked spread of COVID, we are allowing it to mutate and evolve exponentially faster, meaning that prior immunity is waning at ever faster rates as the virus moves sufficiently far away to reinfect individuals. As COVID is not seasonal, having a summer and winter wave at minimum, we need to utilize the speed of mRNA technologies to update the vaccine at a faster rate to keep in check with COVID. This may not be feasible with Novavax protein-based technology. While it will definitely be more difficult for them, it is still possible within a 6-month time frame. Leading us to point 3. On an every 6-month updated vaccine schedule, the COVID vaccine frequency should be set to every 3 months. This is because it will allow individuals the ability to receive an updated vaccine and a booster for each vaccine update at the 6-month intervals. 4. We need to allow all immunocompromised individuals to receive multiple vaccine boosters a year, as opposed to limiting it to moderately or severely immunocompromised individuals, as any immunocompromising condition should be allowed to get a vaccine every 2 months with doctor approval, as even if you're mildly immunocompromised, you're still immunocompromised. 5. Individuals with low BMI, this means underweight with a BMI under 18.5, or with high BMI, people that are overweight and obese, so greater than or equal to 30 BMI, even if immune competent, should be allowed multiple vaccine doses a year. We know that if you have low or high BMI, that your vaccine effectiveness is going to wane much faster than if you have normal BMI. These are known people that have shortened vaccine efficacy windows, meaning they have a shortened duration of protection. And finally, for point 6, we need additional booster doses for pregnant individuals within the 3rd trimester of pregnancy. This is because as newly born infants can't get vaccinated until they're 6 months of age, maternal COVID vaccination is their only protection against severe disease through the passage of COVID vaccine antibodies in utero.